Hey, I'm playing another rapid game on Chess, and this time I wisened up a little and decided to start the recording after the game started. So far we've got a symmetrical opening, and what kind of opening it turns into will be determined by which pawn moves we've made in the center of the board. Okay, not entirely sure, but I think if I play d5 now, we're going to end up with something like a Catalan. Whereas if I play c5, we'll get something like a King's Indian or Benoni. Let's try that. He goes c3. Okay. I think we're just going to trade and play d5 and claim that I'm approaching equality. Knight c6, knight e5. Knight c6, knight e5, maybe just e6. Okay, we could go bishop f5 here to try to stop him from playing e4. But I don't think I mind e4. So let's find a way to keep developing instead. Maybe bishop to g4, and then I might play queen c8 and bishop h3. Okay, give that a shot. Oh, but that invites knight e5, doesn't it? So that's a little silly. I don't know why I did that. Okay, what about knight e4 here? Just kind of knight e4 takes. He has to move his knight, and then I'm taking on d4, and he can't move his e-pawn. So I think I'm doing to him what he should have done to me, which is put his knight on e5, forking the bishop on g4 and the knight on c6, which tempts me to take, in which case my center pawn will be very vulnerable. Okay. If I go queen d7 here, he can play knight to e5, and then if I take that with my bishop, I can follow up. I can't really play d4 because my knight will hang. Maybe I could just take with the bishop and then play knight takes c3. I think that's good. And this way, maybe I'm going to play bishop h3 and get rid of his light squared bishop. Gonna go knight e5 here. That may just trade a bunch of stuff. Yeah, so knight e5, knight takes e5, d takes e5. I could trade on d1 and play bishop takes e5, but he'll play bishop takes e4. I could play bishop takes b2 after that, and he'll play, I don't know, maybe bishop takes b7 works out okay. Maybe he'll just play rook b1 and then take on b7. So instead of bishop takes b2, play something else. Okay, so he's going to take that e4 pawn. Do I mind? I think I just want to play knight takes d4 and then maybe e5. And my light squared bishop and knight are looking kind of scary in combination with each other. Looks okay to me. Okay, so I suspect now that black's a little bit better. And that's because this knight on d4, in combination with the bishop on g4 and the queen on d7, which is kind of stopping h3, might be difficult to deal with. Bishop takes e4. Okay. think now we want to go, now we may want to just occupy the c file. He can't take on b7. And if he moves his knight out of the way to b3, if nothing else, I could take on b3 because my queen is protected. Okay, what do I want to take back with here? Probably the queen, putting her on a more advanced post and looking at this b2 pawn and looking to play rook f d8, putting tremendous pressure on the d file. Bishop takes b7 looks very dangerous to me. So we go rook b8 here, and then we take on b2, or we play rook d8. I think rook f d8 is going to be pretty strong. I think he'll have to move his knight at that point, and then I can do something with my queen with tempo, revealing an attack on his queen on d1. Bishop to g2, okay. Rook f to d8, threatening to win a knight. Yeah, and once this knight moves out of the way, I think I'm taking on b2, and I'm even threatening to take on a1 there. And if I can get 2 rooks and get to the back rank with a check, I may win after bishop f1 and bishop h3. Knight b3, okay. Yeah, okay, we're going to go ahead and take on b2. Actually, with the knight on b3, I guess I'm not threatening. Queen takes a1. And I've got 2 bishops and he doesn't, and my pieces are more active, so black has an advantage here. Queen c1. So what about rook takes b3? A takes b3, queen a1, bishop a1. Rook a1, bishop e2. There he'd be forced to, he'd be down a pawn, but I suspect I have something better. But I mean, I am just up a pawn there, aren't I? Alright, I don't have a ton of time, so I'm just going to go for it. Rook takes b3. I don't think this is the way I would play in a game with more time, though, as it kind of gives up everything black has for a pawn. Maybe it's better than I was suggesting a second ago, because this rook d1 check would trade rooks. I'm not sure he can avoid that. Well, there's bishop f1 actually, so that's probably forced. No, that doesn't avoid the trade though. Okay, so I think I'm trading rooks. And bishops of the same color endgame in which you're up a pawn is, I think, almost always winning. Okay, so we will trade rooks and then look to convert this technically winning endgame. I think I'd like to place my extra pawn on e5. Yeah, what's that all about? Okay, he just wants to protect his b3 pawn. He doesn't want to move it. I would want to move it forward, I think, if I were him. I'm going to play e5, move my king over, play f6, and continue to advance toward the center of the board. Okay, f6 is probably sufficient here, because if he goes king e5, I have either bishop c2, e4, I have either bishop c2 check or king d6. Oh, I did not do that. I almost trapped my bishop. After king d2, luckily I have king d6, but otherwise my bishop was trapped. Oi. Gotta pay more attention, I guess. But since it works out, let's just pretend that I saw it the whole time. Okay, we're gonna play bishop takes f3 here. And maybe just bishop e4, because his bishop really doesn't want to be down there anyway. Oh, but that invites h4, h5, doesn't it? So let's go bishop c2, make him move that pawn. Okay, and now king to... Wow, I'm playing this badly. King e6 threatens king f7, so he'll have to play h4. No, he'll have to play bishop g8 check. And that's okay, I want him out of there. So bishop f7. Now this should be winning for black. h5, king to g6 forces matters. He'll have to trade off the bishops. And now we'll look to win with the extra pawn. Okay, let's take away the e4 square just in case it matters. It shouldn't, but we'll do it anyway. I think I can pre-move e3, because if he plays a pawn move, e3 comes with check. Oh, yeah, okay. Hold on a sec here. So if I play e2, he can play king e1, king e3, b6, ab6, g5, b5, something on the 6th rank, b4, 7th, b3. You can make a queen b2, that doesn't work. Okay, so what we're going to do instead is just go grab his g-pawn, king d4. King wherever, and king f3 will force him to give up the g-pawn without being able to take the e-pawn in exchange. Alrighty. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.